Now this tutorial shows you how to create a movie clip with an animation inside. Now, as you know that in Flash there are three different kinds of symbols. We have the button, we have the graphic, and the movie clip. Well, the movie clip is the most flexible of them all. Now here is a sample object that I'm going to convert into a movie clip. So I'm just going to right click on it, and then I'm going to convert it to symbol. So let's say this is going to be flower. Okay, and I'm choosing here movie clip as a type. Click OK and try to see what a movie clip can do. Now if I'm going to hover this or overlap this flower, this movie clip on another object, you can see that when you select it and you try to check on the properties, you have their display. Okay, you can expand display and you can see there an option blending. So here you can apply blending modes similar to Adobe Photoshop. So let's say I'm gonna say multiply. You can see that the intersection would change colors. So let's say overlay, right? Or subtract. Okay, or basically, you can apply a blending mode if you're using a movie clip. Now, what else can a movie clip do? So now here, you can also try to choose here an option filters. Now if you use filters, you have here a button, add filters, and you can add drop shadows, blur options, and so on and so forth, and you can just play. So not all of the symbols are capable of doing this, but movie clip is one of them. Well, if you apply, for example, a shadow, you could even change colors of your shadow. You can change the angle of your shadow. You could even change the distance of your shadow, and so on and so forth. And that's one of the capabilities of a movie clip. Now what else can it do? You can also right click on a movie clip and you could see that the actions option here is enabled, so thereby giving us a hint that you could add an action script on a movie clip. Another very useful feature with a movie clip is its capability to create an animation inside, wherein it has its own independent timeline. Now I'm gonna create a sample movie clip with an animation inside, but first I'm gonna show you how to draw that simple flower there and then use that one as a movie clip with an animation inside. So I'm just gonna choose here this color here, polystar tool, and we have here options, tool settings options. I'm just gonna create a star and draw something. Click and drag on the stage, and basically you can adjust the star here. I want to make it curved so that we could create a flower. Alright, so here I'm using the Bezier tool to do that. Okay, so to adjust the nodes to curves. Right, so click and drag. Okay, and basically here we have the flower. Okay, now we already have the object. Let's say what we want to do is make this flower rotate clockwise. Now to do that animation, rotating of the flower clockwise and creating multiple copies of it, what we're gonna do is convert this flower to a symbol. So right click on it, then you have here convert to symbol, and then you have here movie clip. So I'm gonna name it flower underscore red. Now when you look at your library, if you can't see your library, just go to window, library, and make sure that it's checked or it's ticked, or you can press Control L and be able to see the library, and you can see that here we have one movie clip. Now this movie clip, we can go inside this one by double clicking on it. Just double click on it and you can see that we are inside the movie clip flower red. By the way, if you click scene 1, when you click on this object and you look at the property bar, you can see that it's a movie clip. Now when you double click this object, you can see you're inside flower red, and when you select it, it's no longer a movie clip, but it's a drawing object. So in here, we're gonna create an animation in this flower red. Now to do that, we have to convert this again to another symbol. So don't forget, especially if you create a motion tween, okay, like clockwise rotation, there's a motion tween thing, you always have to follow the step object, symbol, keyframe, or motion, KOSKM, or also with a kiss me. So here, just select the object again, and then convert this again to a symbol. So right click, convert it to symbol again, and let's just name it flower underscore red underscore inside, just to clearly show you that this is inside the movie clip flower red. So click OK. Now we're doing this so that yeah, we're creating a new animation inside the movie clip flower, no? So I'm just gonna select the first that's the initial frame. Now I'm gonna insert another keyframe, let's say in the 50th frame, and then press F6 to insert a keyframe. Let's say I want it to rotate, so after you added the keyframe and set the duration of your animation, just right click, create a classic tween. Now once you have the classic tween, you can select the first frame. Now selecting the first frame allows you to see these properties here, tweening. So I created a motion tween first so that the tween property here would be shown, and then in that way you could set the rotation of the flower. So for rotate, just select there, let's say clockwise, and you could now set how many times you want the flower to be rotated. Let's say 3 times. Alright, and when you move your playhead across the timeline, you can see that the flower is already moving. Okay, and you can now go back to scene 1. Now in scene 1 you could only see 1 frame, but when you control enter, you could see that oops, the flower is moving. But if it's too fast, okay, let's try to make it a little bit slower. You can double click on it. You can extend the duration of your keyframe. Let's say I'm gonna make it 170 for example, and go back to the scene 1. Just click scene 1, the main timeline, control enter, and you can see that the flower is already rotating even if it's just only 1 frame here. Now once you've done that, okay, once you have created a movie clip with an animation inside, and you check your library, you can see actually here that we have 2 movie clips, okay, one which is the main one, flower red, and we double click this flower red, we created another symbol, flower red inside, and then this is the one that we animated. Now if you look at the 2 movie clips, only one of them has the control buttons. So this is a hint that this is the main movie clip which has an animation inside. So this is your hint that this is the movie clip that you could reuse. Okay, the parent movie clip that you could reuse which has an animation inside. So you can just drag it to your stage, and now here you're creating another copy of your movie clip. So you could resize this. So when you say copy of that movie clip or a copy of the object, actually you call it also an instance. Okay, an instance meaning a copy of the object. Let's say flower here from your library. So from that one you can duplicate it. You can press Alt, click and drag to duplicate it from the stage, or you can drag it from your stage, okay, from your library to your stage. Okay, so you can create multiple copies of it, and when you control enter, you could see that all of them are gonna move at the same time, the same property, because of course they are all copies from one original symbol, which is the flower red. So this is how you can create a movie clip with an animation inside. So basically you need to create one main object, one main movie clip, and inside the main movie clip, of course you have to double click the main movie clip, and inside that movie clip you convert that object again to a symbol so that you could animate it and you could control it. And once you've done that, once you've done your animation inside the movie clip, you can go back to the main scene, and then you can see that you have already a movie clip with an animation inside.